A landscaper's not going to be happy come springtime. I think we did enough damage to the lawn. You get the idea. What's up, guys? Ken Kaplan from the New England Motorcycle Museum, coming out of the first floor party room at the museum, and my favorite, all-time favorite bike, the Honda CR500, and this is one of my favorite years. This is a 95, and it is badass. It's just been gone through top to bottom, front to back, and I'm going to send it on it for you. The grass is frozen over there, so I don't know how this is going to work out too well, but let's fire it up and take it for a rip. Come around this side here. This engine was modified by Miller Race Engineering, Adam Millar. This has the decompression release right here, which is an awesome mod, makes it easier to start the big 500. It's like kicking a 125. You can do it with your sneakers on. You know, when I put a helmet on, it's about to get real. Gonna send it. A landscaper's not going to be happy come springtime. I think we did enough damage to the lawn. You get the idea. This thing runs like brand new, looks like brand new. They're getting harder to find in this kind of condition, all done up, and definitely the nicest one for sale out there today. So if you have any questions about it, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Come on inside. I'll go over the work order with you, tell you everything about it. What's happening, guys? Feast your eyes on what could very well be the nicest CR500 for sale on the planet today. I haven't seen anything nicer, that's for sure. This is a 1995 CR500, the world-renowned king of the two-strokes and probably the nicest looking motocross bike ever made. This bike has been completely reconditioned from the frame up. I guess I'll start with the frame. It was taken right down to the frame, and the frame was sandblasted and painted the black color, which kind of offsets the rest of the bike, gives it a real sharp look. As far as the cosmetics go, a lot of the aluminum's been polished on it. But before we get into that, let's talk about the motor, the heart of this beast. This is the 500cc two-stroke. The motor was taken down. The cases were split. It has brand new, had brand new crank bearings, crank seals, and a new NOS cylinder, Honda NOS cylinder, was purchased from Adam Millar at Miller Racing. The head was sent out to Adam also, and he modified the head with the compression release. If you heard these 500s are hard to start, this is a solution. You press this button in, and it kicks over like a 125, and as soon as it starts, it pops out. He also modified the squish band and tricked out the head a little bit too.
Or at least it'll prevent you from snapping your ankle up. You may even be able to start it in running shoes or slippers.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It is 500. But the whole top end is all brand new NOS Honda. The intake has the V-Force reeds. The carb has been jetted for the exhaust system. It's got a new twin air filter on it. And so starting on the intake from the filter to the carb to the reeds to the piston rings, the top end pistons, rings, and top end bearing are all brand new NOS Honda when this was done. The bike's been ridden a little bit, but it's the internals are still like brand new. It's got the Boyson Racing factory racing ignition cover. It has a like brand new NOS shifter. It's got a set of the S Super Sport pegs on it, the wider platform pegs. So going over to this side of the bike, you can see it's got the FMF Gold Series pipe. This is a super heavy duty. One of my favorite pipes. They hold up really good. They look stunning, and it has the FMF Power Core muffler with the American flag logo on it, so it just barks. So the motor's been totally redone. The radiators are the original Honda radiators in good condition. The gas tank's the original Honda gas tank. It's not an aftermarket tank. So motor's been totally redone, runs like brand new. The suspension has just been done. It was originally done by Factory Connection, front and back. They revalved the shocks and forks and put heavy-duty springs on them for a 220-pound rider, so it's spring good and heavy. The Wizard, when we got it in, the fork seals were leaking a little bit, so he took the whole front end off the bike, greased the steering head bearings, adjusted everything, and put brand new seals in it and new bushings in the forks. So the forks are completely rebuilt. You may not know this about the Wizard, but he's been rebuilding suspension for just about 30 years. He did the CR500, specifically CR500 suspension for 30 years. As a matter of fact, he did this, the suspension on Doug Danger's jump bike in 1991 when he set the world record on a CR500. The front rim is a replacement front rim. This is a Honda rim off a 97 that's in mint condition. It's got brand new chrome spokes on here from Moose Racing, and the front wheel bearings have been serviced. The front brake's been serviced. Everything on the front end's been gone through by the Wizard, and it has new fork guards. The plastics and graphics are all brand new. New front fender, blood red Honda. I love that color. The white front number plate. The radiator shrouds have the HRC logos on there, brand new graphics. Brand new NOS Honda seat cover. Number plates has the Baja Ducati Score HRC logo on the back here. New side plate on this side also. So all the plastics and graphics are brand new. It's got a new set of Renthal bars, with a Pro Taper American flag crossbar pad. It's got a new perch with the quick adjust, new levers, and new Renthal grips on both sides. So bike's ready to rumble. All the plastics, graphics, the motor's rebuilt. The frame's been, obviously we started with that, was repainted black. The spring, the shock spring was painted black to match. And the tires, it has these bitchin' Hoosier tires. We've been putting these on all the 500s. These hook up like crazy. It's got a new gold chain, new sprocket front and rear, and a new black primary drive chain guide. The rear brakes have been serviced, front brakes have been serviced, and the bike's ready to rumble. A lot of the hardware on the bike is new. A lot of the NOS Honda bolts and fasteners to freshen it up and give it that brand new bike look. Matter of fact, one of the guys from one of the local MCs, Rooster, stopped over about an hour ago, and he was checking the bike out, and I rolled out, and he goes, "Is it brand new?" And I said, "No, it's not, but it might as well be. It's been totally rebuilt from the top to bottom." I have the service ticket in my pocket here, and I'll go over, I'll read this to you. Again, starting at the top, Miller Race Engineering head mod. It has the twin air filter, V-force reed valves, carbs jetted, brand new NOS Honda cylinder, piston rings were put on the bike at the same time. I also forgot to mention it's got a new clutch, pressure plates and steel plates and springs, FMF pipe and silencer. So total of $1,600 in parts was put into the motor and $1,000 into the suspension. The labor to completely dismantle the bike and rebuild it took 5 days. It was a total of 40 hours labor. Some neat things that really add to the look of the bike is when it was in a detail shop, they hand buffed the Kickstarter, so it shines like it's chromed. They hand buffed the shift lever. The pipe was polished. The swing arm was sanded and polished also. The exhaust system was polished, and again, it's got the new front rim, and it's got a nice original rear rim on it. So total work order, 40 hours of labor at $90 an hour was $3,600. There was $2,600 put into parts and the suspension work. So the total was $6,700 for all the work that was done on the bike, parts and labor. And she's ready to rumble, ready for the 500 shootout. If you've been following us and you want to have some fun, buy this bike, show up at Southwick. It's ready to rumble in the 500 shootout. So I'm going to fire it up, take it for a little rip. You can see even the springs on the pegs are new. All the hardware's fresh. The shifter's new. It has the factory racing Boyson engine cover. I probably left a few things out, but you get the drift. I mean, this is totally gone through 500. I mean, you could buy a ratty 500 for like $3 grand, but by the time you get through doing a frame up on it, mark my words, it took us 40 hours, and we have a full shop with the Dirt Bike Wizard working here. If you try to do this yourself, it's going to take you, well, John's done a few of them. It takes you like a winter, right?
It takes a long time, a lot of hours, a lot of sleepless nights out there in the garage.
I don't know if you guys know John Gray. He's one of us 500 gurus too. He's got his built 500s on the other side of the museum, and we have one of his seats here that he just had done. What year is this one?
This is for an 89 CR500.
89 CR500. This is done by Brian's Auto Upholstery in town here. And if you look closely, describe the materials you use on this. This is probably the nicest seat I've ever seen.
Right. So the top material is a heavyweight suede. It's actually a pigskin suede.
Yep.
And then the white and the red are a marine grade vinyl, heavy duty vinyl.
I see the stitching is red on the white and white on the red, which really makes it pop. And you got the Honda logo on the back. What year bike is this again?
It's 89.
89?
89.
This look bitching on your bike, Kenny. You might want to take this home with you. So, what was the total cost to build this seat with labor?
Around $300.
About $300.
You know,
when you consider a stocker's worth $1.50, I think 300 was it's a lot of money, but it's a beautiful seat. And I think this is the nicest one I've seen yet. So nice job.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
He's building a super nice American flag tribute bike, Kaplan America style. That'll be done probably in the next couple months, so stay tuned. We'll have that one out. We've got a lot of nice 500s here. Junior's 500 just got the Olin shock on it. My 97's ready. My 97 CR500 is basically the same exact setup as this. And they say the KX500s have better motors. Well, if that's true, then why did I win back-to-back 500 shootouts with about 50% KX500s, even beat Junior on it?
Because the difference is so negligible that it's all rider.
Yeah, so I must be a better rider. Anyways, I won the 500 shootout on my 97 500. I love these bikes. There's a few tricks to riding them that I can't tell you because you might show up at the 500 shootout and beat me, but I've been riding these since '86. A lot of cool bling items on here.
And you were cheating in that contest. That's why you won the drag race.
Bullshit.
Your gearing was that was a premeditated stunt.
I'm not giving up my tips to the trade.
Hey man, I was on a stock machine.
I beat you guys fair and square. It's got the anodized red cap for the master cylinder. There's little cool trickery everywhere. The main parts, the decompression release on the motor, the suspension being rebuilt, the engine being rebuilt, the FMF pipe, everything's done. It's ready to ride. I always check out the frame rails on the 500s too. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say this side is a 9. There's no big dings in it. Gas is leaking out of it. I should have shut the gas off. That's how we start 500s, by the way. You should lean them over until gas flows out, and then you kick it over. That's the best way to start a 500. The frame rail on this side, take a look at this one, Kenny. I don't know if the lighting's good enough in here. But this guy's got one little ding in it right here, but nothing that to be worried about. This is from here back is like brand new. That's the first thing I check. I won't build a 500 with a hammered frame. They're steel frames, and they are susceptible to damage without a, that's the first thing I look for is a good frame, and this has a good frame. The paint job, when it was originally done in black last year, we bought it in and we touched up the frame rails on the side right here, but the whole thing was taken right down and painted from the, frame off restoration was done on it last year. We just refreshed it. So chain rollers are great. Primary drive chain guide, everything is done on it. It doesn't need anything, it's ready to go. So if you have any questions about the bike, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Close to $7,000's been put into this bike in service and upgrades and parts, and it's ready to rumble. So good luck bidding on it. Hope you enjoyed the video and watching us ride it. Try to take it easy on the tires, so stay tuned. Got more good things to come, and God bless America.